Welcome, Leo. This is Regina from Pacific Tarot, getting ready to do your new moon in Pisces reading. The new moon is on the 10th of March, and the following day, Venus goes into Pisces in its exaltation, which means that Venus expresses itself most holistically, most positively in the sign of Pisces, where one finds connection to everything. Pisces is one love. It's all about finding love in everything, in every person. There is no discrimination or difference when it comes to that spark of divinity that exists in all of us, in all things. The way the whole world is a beautiful web of interconnectivity. So this is a beautiful way of starting out the ending of winter and the beginning of spring. The new moon is a time to set intentions, and we'll look more into that. I am doing personal readings, and the information for that is in the description box below. I will be giving away a free reading on or around the 1st of March, and I choose the winners of that from the comments and the donations that have been previously received. So thank you to all of you who have been participating in that, and moreover for your presence here now. I'm deeply appreciative of your time and all the ways that you support me. So Leo, let's get started with your overall energy. The devil. The devil is coming in at a time when you are having to make decisions about your own interest, what the difference is between self-interest and selfishness. And this is something I believe is particularly relevant to you during this new moon. This is not the same as being greedy or overindulgent, although for some of you this may be about the release of addictions that may reflect those qualities. More, it's about elevating your expectation around how others treat you. There may be a way in which you believe that you should be fulfilling the expectations of others, and what that might have meant for you had been in the past an increase in things, in being feted, gifted, put on a pedestal, celebrated in a way that was an exchange for your surrendering your goals for yourself in order to support the goals of another. I hope this is making sense. So what's coming to me is a very traditional picture of relationship in which one believes by supporting or coupling, partnering with someone who has an expectation of accomplishment, that one gets residual abundance through that. And instead, you're understanding that by coupling with someone, it does not mean that you release your own desire for accomplishment or achievement in the world. Instead, the perhaps measure of a positive partnership is someone who supports the same things for you that you support for them. So that's a pretty complicated and long way of saying that you're releasing what others expect of you, and you're now prioritizing what you expect from yourself, your own goals and accomplishments. In the 10th house, this is your social identity, and I'm seeing that this is a place where you are actually stepping back, suspending your former belief in a system in which you believe you were expected to serve the advancement, the abundance, the accomplishment of others. You're understanding that that perspective has limited your opportunities, and instead you are allowing yourself to really move into a place where you're considering a perspective that is going to better enable you to take advantage of the abundance that's all around you. the opportunities for growth, the opportunities for understanding that you are worthy, that you don't have to sacrifice yourself for someone else's achievement, and that rather you are willing to grow your perspective that puts you in the place of control, in the place of directing your energies so that you can be successful, victorious. And this is not just for you, this is for others. Others see this transformation that is occurring in you and are instructed by it. You're modeling something that others need to see. In the first house, we have the Three of Wands. And the Three of Wands is very much about your understanding that you have strengths, you have expertise, you've had experiences that have contributed to your ability to build and implement a vision of your own, to pursue goals of your own. The new moon in Pisces is a time of setting intentions. It's a time of allowing your creativity, your visions to soar, and to be practical about those. And this is a time when you are considering a plan for movement forward for your own growth, in which you may have set some of the seeds in motion. You may have been making contacts with others, exploring ideas, looking into other kinds of enterprises similar to what you might aspire to, and really waiting on some of the feedback from the research you've been doing. So you're casting your seeds out on the water and you're waiting for what comes back. The fourth house is the house of your family, your home, your history. And the Magician is a beautiful card showing that the seeds planted now are out of your own experience, your own heart's desires. They're authentic to who you truly want to be. You're growing in your ability to envision yourself as the creator of your life and your reality. And this is about perhaps an opportunity, an offer that someone makes to invite you into a space where you could negotiate the terms of your participation with view that you are central, you are key, you now know your value and what you bring to any project. But this is a beautiful augur of new growth, perhaps a new home, perhaps a new opportunity in a new location, a new job that is allowing you to participate on an equal footing, but in some way actually own your own productivity, so that you may be even starting your own business, a side hustle that you can envision growing into something more all-sided for yourself. In the seventh house, this is the house of your significant others. And this is you really being very practical about the terms of exchange in your life. This is interesting with the Devil card, absolutely, because the Devil card features two people that are chained to an old picture of the way things should be. The conventions, conforming to the way it's been, conforming to social norms. This is you taking control of that. There's no the way it should be. There's only the way you want it to be. The way that expresses your skills, your desires, your vision. And understanding that, taking control of this vision of your best life, of your most equitable, abundant life, understanding that all relationships are an exchange of energy that we see most often in love and money. But you're not accepting the role of caretaker or the one who is cared for any longer. You're understanding that what you put in is what you expect to get out. And it doesn't mean tit for tat. It's really about operating from your strength and allowing a partner or other partners to operate from their place of strength. But that is all negotiated. That is all explicit. That is all agreed upon in advance and along the way whenever necessary. The terms of your contract are clear. I'm going to pull a Soul's Journey card, Leo, and ask if you're vibing with this reading to like this video, share this with others who may enjoy it. Comment below. I love your comments. And subscribe to my channel, Pacific Tarot. I've gotten some beautiful comments from Leos from some of the shorts that I've done. So thank you so much for that. I love hearing from you and knowing that perhaps something I've said has been helpful to you. So finally, I pulled the loneliness card. Interesting. I know that I am never alone. This is a lot about the tremendous transformation you're making in terms of partnerships, your understanding of the power of partnerships and contracts. You are releasing a lot of the old standards and norms of our social environment. You are, in releasing that, it's been a struggle because you have perhaps assumed that you would benefit by participating in the socially accepted picture of marriage, as an example, or the socially accepted picture of parenthood or job satisfaction or productivity in the world. Instead, by shunning those shoulds in your life, by having experienced them as not being productive or providing you fulfillment or success or victory, this has been a huge opportunity for you to step back and really understand that you have everything you need to be successful. You don't need to connect with someone who is successful to be successful yourself. And instead, you're now seeing yourself as empowered to do whatever you feel you need to do, envisioning the abundant life you want. And that is something that may have brought up a lot of fears of loneliness or disappointment or failure. I'm also going to pull a flora and fauna of Africa, and out pulls the leaf cutter ant. And the plant associated with this is the pink knotweed. And the key word is confidence. So I really do feel, Leo, this is something you're naturally gifted with or assumed to be naturally gifted with. But I believe you're gaining confidence through some experiences of disappointment and loss. The card reads, your persistence and patience will be rewarded. There's no need to rush. Work with like-minded people to achieve your goals more efficiently. So I'm going to clarify the Three of Wands in the first house with the Eight of Pentacles in the second house and the Knight of Wands in the third house. You are so appropriately focused on your own development, on your personal growth, on applying the phenomenal discipline, courage, and a desire for discovery and exploration. The alternative to the norms, the conventions of society is not something that you were exposed to, perhaps, or something that you considered. But along this journey of rejecting this model of happiness, of success, you're making important discoveries about your own capacity, your own skills and gifts, your own interest. And you are courageously moving forward from a place of your heart, from a place of those interests, rather than understanding your vision as supporting someone else who gives you a long to-do list of things you need to be. Instead, you are focusing on the things you believe are going to prepare you for the abundance that you are envisioning for yourself. Preparing you with the improved skills, with the more holistic sense of well-being, with a healthier lifestyle, with a more disciplined approach to parenting, and sharing your gifts with friends and colleagues. So you are making yourself the best person you can be, knowing the skills you have real value. The magician in the fourth house is clarified by the Five of Pentacles and the Hermit card in the sixth house. There's definitely a sense of, throughout this, of resisting the labeling that you've been assigned in your life. And it doesn't mean that that labeling hasn't sometimes seemed positive. Whatever it is, if it's the smart one, if it's the pretty one, if it's the broke one, if it's the poor one, if it's the one who helps and never gets any of the goodies, whatever it is, whatever that label was, has not borne out among the environment that you grew up in. And you may have internalized that sense, and that has left you in the past depleted with a sense of limited options, restricted in regarding what you can do, who you can know, who can be your friends. The options for you were restricted and left you without the support that you're deserving of. As your values are changing, consciously, you've been working at changing these values, moving away from the norm that was presented to you or imposed upon you. You are understanding that your ideas are worthy, you're worthy, and if you can't get the support from the peers and colleagues around you, then you will go where the support is needed because you're worth it. You're also really owning this space of stillness, of quiet, of consulting your own inner wisdom. You're really recognizing that you are you for a reason, that you are in many ways perfect the way you are. And this is one of the beautiful lessons of Venus in Pisces, moving into that sign immediately after the new moon on the 11th. So you are really understanding that you don't need to be any different than who you are. Instead, you are sinking into, relaxing into your skills, your own interests, your own friends, your own inclinations, the things you want to learn, the vision that you hold that reflects you and allows you to express yourself. Whatever it is that you do learn along the way is something that must be shared with others, because what you're doing is being seen by others, important others. This can be children, this can be colleagues, you may be a teacher. Your own growth as an individual is something that must be shared. The Six of Pentacles in the seventh house is clarified by the Ten of Cups in the eighth house and the Two of Pentacles in the ninth house. The Ten of Cups is absolutely the fulfillment of a safe, abundant, resourceful community, being with others, sharing the range of your life experiences, not just the happy ones, but all of them, including the way that you've overcome difficulty. Learning from others who similarly share their experiences with you in a way that is absolutely ecstatic. This is what brings you joy. This is where you know success is for you. Creating that community, maintaining that community, so that you are actually receiving the wishes, the abundance through your shared resources, the ability to express yourself in a way that poises you in a position to move forward into this new experience of life. This is empowering your own vision, how you're going to concretize this, how you're going to start something that really suits you, that allows you to define your own value, your own worth. This is also you not throwing away anything of your past. That's not consistent with the Leos I'm talking to anyway. I feel this tremendous appreciation for your ancestors, the loved ones who have gotten you to where you are. A recognition that no matter what imperfections they may have had, that the love was maximum, was to the limit and beyond, and you honor that. And as a result of that, this transition into a life that reflects this higher expression of love for self and for the world is what you are bringing forward. This is what's easing this time of transition for you, making you willing to learn whatever it is you need to learn and sharing the steps along the way with others. The 10th house, the Hanged Man, is clarified by the Queen of Cups in the 11th house and the Moon in the 12th house. You are opening up to phenomenal levels of support and allies that are invisible. This is, in some ways, a real description of this new moon energy. This is you understanding that every seed you've planted is flowering, is blooming, is taking you where you are now, that you're exactly where you need to be. And this is a result of seeds you've planted along the way. You're becoming more aware of those seeds. You're becoming more aware of the support and the love that is around you that may be invisible, that doesn't look the way that you thought it was going to look. It doesn't come from the people that you thought it should or would come from. But this is empowering your own ability to be love, to give love, to recognize that all of the actions that impact the world around you, that have an impact on the world you want, are coming from a place of love, a place of complete connection, a place of honoring the self central to the love that you give, allowing your own self-healing, self-care to motivate and show others the way in which you've learned to change, grow, expand. I'm going to finish up this reading, Leo, with a crystal oracle and remind you that I do personal readings in the information box below. And I pulled the Divine Temple crystal, and I'm sure this woven part is simply a holder. And the key word is source. I'm deeply connected to an expression of the divine source of the universe. Until next time, Leo, namaste.